Hey everyone, how's it going? God Gamer here, and today I woke up and found out that the world's first Pantheon 5 All Bindings Hitless Run was completed by a Chinese player named Remto. It's literally an hour straight of just Pantheon 5 bosses, but you have only 13 nail damage, you can't use any charms, and you only have 33 max soul, so you can only cast one spell at a time. So you're just insanely nerfed, and it's already a crazy hitless run to do in the first place, but you have all these nerfs on top of it. So I'm just going to dive right into this. We're going to be watching the whole run. I haven't seen any of these runs before, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect, but let's just get right into this. I'm really excited to see this because it's just really crazy that this was actually done by a player. So, you know, this player doesn't have Shaman Stone, but you are still going to see Shrieks because they do a considerable amount of damage. You're going to see them probably rely on spells a fair bit. The nail only deals 13 damage. Like, normally when you're doing Pantheon 5 runs, you're going to be using Unbreakable Strength. So your nail damage is going to be, you know, above 30. Now it's 13. You don't have Quick Slash, so you're going to be relying on spells a little bit more. But you have to be really mindful of when you use the spells because you have to do 3 hits beforehand every single time. Just like, look at how long it's taking to kill Gruzmother. Like, that is insane. That's the longest Gruzmother fight I think I've ever seen. Oh, interesting. Using Cyclone Slash, I assume that's just higher damage per second. I'm not sure what the numbers would be on that, but I think that does still have, like, nerfed damage compared to normal. Really interesting. I'm wondering what the damage values are on that comparatively. So, just yesterday, by the way, Remto, I think it was yesterday, Remto got a one-hit run all the way to the end. But the way he took the hit was he fell off a platform before the boss even spawned. So the boss wasn't even there and he just fell off the platform. That was his only hit in the entire Pantheon. So I'm glad that after that he was able to recover and actually finish the run hitless, because that's just such a tragic way to lose the run. Okay, we're just stun locking Hornet. Really nice to just be so cognizant of where Hornet's positioned after the Shriek and to follow up on those attacks so like smoothly like that. Such a long fight. Like, if these fights are so long, imagine how long the later fights are going to be when bosses actually have a lot of health. I've never even done Pantheon 5 All Bindings, so I'm just like surprised by this. Gorb fight's probably going to take like 10 minutes. It's just crazy. And it's like, because these fights are so long, there's so much more room for mistakes. Like, if you look at a lot of hitless runs in Hollow Knight and in other games, they're not that bad. Like, I'm not saying they're easy because they're certainly not, but you can normally melt bosses super fast, and that makes it, you know, a fair bit easier. But with All Bindings, it's like you just do shit damage. Like, look at how long this is taking. So it just makes it that much more impressive that he actually managed to pull this off. And I guess the nice thing about Cyclone Slash, of course, is it gets you a bit more soul. But even doing it against False Knight, so it must deal more damage as well. Yeah, just making sure to dive on top of the boss to make sure to get the dive damage. really relying on Cyclone. Like, the thing that surprises me is that Cyclone seems dangerous, you know, because, like, you can't just instantly cancel the animation. So, like, you have to be pretty confident when you go for a Cyclone Slash, because you're kind of like a sitting duck when you do. So it surprises me that he's optimized this so much that he's willing to, like, let himself be vulnerable like that. I guess the boss fights might just be so much longer without the extra DPS that, you know, he's willing to take those risks. And he's probably spent so many hours doing this that it's pretty freaking optimized. I'm used to Pantheon 5 speedruns. We would be halfway through the Pantheon by now. Like, Pantheon 5 speedrun is only like 20 minutes. This is 55 minutes, which is insane. And he's going, like, he's not doing this slowly. He's not taking his time. He's going, like, pretty much as fast as he can go, while still being safe, I would say. I'm just making use of Shade Soul to hit both of them at once. And, you know, seems like he's really cognizant of how, like, when one's attacking, the other's just gonna be frozen. Just taking advantage of that as much as he can. This fight is so long. Holy fuck. This is a really long fight. Like, this is giving me flashbacks of my casual playthrough of Hollow Knight. Like, what is Hollow Knight actually like when you don't have Fragile Strength, Quick Slash, Shaman Stone? Last time I experienced the game like that was in, like, 2017, so... Oh, yeah, Zero got knocked back by the Shriek. You really want to hit Zero with that Shriek while he's doing the animation to go into the next phase. That way the boss doesn't get knocked back by the Shriek. Shriek has a tendency to, like, knock enemies outside of its hitbox, so it should do 4 hits of damage, but sometimes it only does 1 because it just immediately knocks the boss out of the spell's range. He's so close to the boss. Like, when he ended that Shade Cloak, he was, like, right beside the boss. That's so scary. Especially because, like, we're already almost 10 minutes into the run, you know? Like, that's when I would start getting nervous. I'm like, what if I lose this 10 minutes time that I put into this run? It's just such a huge time commitment to start one of these runs, and then, like, you're 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50 minutes in, and you just instantly lose it. And it's not like there's any save points in this run. You're always against a boss who's throwing out hitboxes against you, which is why this achievement is so crazy. Oh. Using Shriek? That's actually kind of cool. I've never used Shriek like that against this boss. I wonder if that's something they use in the P5 speedruns now. I mean, it might just be better to do nail slashes when you have unbreakable strength and everything, so I don't know. Oh, just charging the nail art. Looks like he's trying to focus that one. Yeah, he is. So he just wants to kill one of them. That's kind of surprising. I would expect him to want to kill both of them at once, but... Oh, this is a little bit scary. I would go to the left right now. That's a scary spot to be in. I guess he's probably a lot more confident than I am. I would guess. Yeah, we're on the second phase. So when you go into the second phase of this fight, one of the oblobble that survives heals up a little bit. So I guess that might have been why he just wanted to focus one down. And he's just probably confident that he can handle this. Like, if you're a newer player, this phase might be scary, but he's probably fairly confident that he can dodge everything. Alrighty, Sisters of Battle. This fight might take a little while because of the nerf damage, although you do rely a lot on spell damage in this fight. Like, it's not a boss that you get a ton of opportunities to abuse quick slash on, so kind of curious to see what spells he uses. Yeah, just the standard thing is to just like be on one side of the screen and descending dark. Then when they're on the walls, you shriek. Like, that's kind of the standard thing to do. And it's fairly easy to execute. Yep, that's pretty much what he's doing. Makes sense. And yeah, no point in going after them when they're on the walls like that, because one of them's gonna be coming at you from the sky in just a second. Better not to take that risk. This is just like really solid. Like, I don't notice any moments where he's like almost about to get hit or making a mistake. He's just like really solid and consistent. Just really impressive so far. Yeah, and that was a really long fight. But just like, he wasn't close to getting hit the entire time. There was no close calls. So you can tell like how much time this person's put into just... Oh, Marmu. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, if you've done this challenge, you probably lost a lot of runs to Marmu. He's just like one of the bosses with weird, unpredictable physics. And just because of the low nail damage, the fight takes so much longer than normal. But he handled it really well. Like, the descending dark use, I really liked that. Just a combination of, you know, getting iframes. So fireb0rn is actually like kind of scary when you have lower nail damage, because like the boss does spit out ads. So at the end of the day, there is a risk of getting hit. Normally in P5 hitless runs, you kill fireb0rn before it even gets a chance to spawn enemies. So in All Bindings, it actually gets to spawn 2 waves of enemies. So it's an extremely scary boss. Not really that scary, honestly, but, you know, there's actually a risk of getting hit. Okay, pretty solid fight there. Oh, live split timer isn't advancing. Tragic. Thanks, live split. I wonder what that ping is. Because I don't think he streamed this, but yeah, wonder what that is. Aliens actually, like, the Dream Warriors in this run are surprisingly scary, because normally, again, you just melt them down so quickly that it's not a huge problem. But, like, look at this shit. Like, you have to constantly be dodging. He's not comfortable actually going to the boss and like, dodging at the same time, so he's just focusing. Oh, that was scary. Just focusing on dodging. This is... I did not expect Galleon to be this scary. Holy shit. But you can tell, like, he's respecting the boss because he knows how dangerous this is. It's not like he's just going balls to the walls and he got lucky. He's probably lost, like, dozens of runs to that boss already. Just... that's such an interesting Cyclone Slash. And getting double hits like that is just super good. Again. This is just really impressive. You can Cyclone Slash outside the hitbox of that ground slam? That is pretty crazy. But yeah, we're a good ways into the Pantheon. I know this is like a 50-minute run. Just based off how long the video is. So the end game bosses are gonna take absolutely ages to beat. Oh, this part could be a little bit annoying. Yeah, I like how he just plays it safe and waits for the beast to, you know, do their thing before waking the boss up. Like, there's no point in fighting the boss and the bee swarm at the same time if you can just wait the bee swarm out. So Elder Who can have some kind of annoying patterns with his pancakes sometimes, kind of like that, like where you have to Shade Cloak through. Remto seems extremely comfortable doing so. But some of those patterns, the way Elder Who works is I believe there's like 10 or so different patterns of these like columns that come down. It's not like totally random. There's like a certain number of patterns, and yeah, it's just like depending on where you are in the room, sometimes they can be dodgeable and sometimes they won't be. Sometimes you'll have to like actually use Shade Cloak. But yeah, Remto is just taking this nice and slow, super confident. And this is actually going to be a really scary fight, because all of the collector ads are just like, they take multiple hits to kill because you're so nerfed. So this is going to be really interesting and really scary at the same time. I'm interested to see if he uses any strats. Like, I already saw the Dream Nail come out, which is cool because, like, when you hit Collector, you don't get soul from doing so. You only get soul from hitting the other enemies, right? And we're already into the phase where more enemies are spawning, and that's just dependent on how much health you've gone through with the Collector. Yep. So using soul to kill the enemies, obviously really smart. And what surprises me is that he's doing it even... Oh, that was kind of scary. That bug was about to charge at him, but he just barely got it. Yeah, that was just... There was like only one moment that was scary that entire fight, so that was really, really impressive. I expected that to take even longer than it did, but he put out like a surprising amount of damage. Oh, it's kind of surprising he's playing this so passively, but I guess he doesn't want to risk going and fighting the boss while the God Tamer is gonna like jump at him. And it makes sense because you can't save up soul. Oh shit, that was scary. You can't save soul for multiple dives at once. So like, if you're at this point, you can't dive. Oh god, scary. Oh shit, this is surprisingly scary. I did not expect this fight to be this intense. Normally we just face roll this fight in speedruns. Okay. There's actually a close call or two in that fight, but like he dealt with it expertly. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna shade close through, and he dealt with it perfectly. So I don't expect him to have too much trouble with this fight, but it might take a while, so it's definitely got that factor of being like, you know, because the fight takes so long, it's possible to make a mistake, you know? But I do think this fight is generally pretty predictable, so... Ooh, that was a little bit scary. And it's just like, if you die, you lose so much time. So it's just, I know how nerve-wracking doing any percent hitless was, because the main hitless run I've done is any percent NMG. And it just gets so scary toward the end. Like, and I'm not, in that speedrun, I'm not facing bosses the entire time. I'm just like chilling and getting from point A to point B, you know? So it's not anywhere near as scary. Like, I can go on autopilot and it's pretty much okay. But yeah, impressive fight. It was just kind of as expected. So yeah, we're getting to the phase. I think it's Watcher Knights, then Umu, if I recall correctly. Maybe I'm mistaken. It's been a while since I've done P5. But Umu was actually where he lost his last, like, really good attempt. So he might be starting to get a bit nervous at this point. Like, I was nervous like 2 minutes in. He's nervous 22 minutes in. Yeah, he's just playing this really cautiously. But, you know, it makes sense. It's the Watcher Knights. If you're above the Watcher Knights, you know, when they do the telegraph for their, like, bounce attack, they always, like, do a little tiny bounce beforehand. That can be a little bit unpredictable if you're, like, playing aggressively. Sometimes you can just get nipped by that, and you're not expecting it. So I totally understand just playing this fight pretty passively, the way he is. And like, once the Watcher Knights are moving, they're predictable. So, you know, you can get a bit more aggressive once they've actually chosen which attack to do. Just one knight left. He's going to make quick work of this. Descending Dark is still pretty strong even without Shaman Stone. Yeah, and this is where he lost the run. So as soon as he spawned in, he just dashed off into the bottom of the screen, and that's how he lost his, or not lost his run, but that's how he got the one-hit run from earlier. Really tragic way to lose a run. And I don't know, it could have just been like a keyboard malfunction, but you can see he's taking this really cautiously. Like, he just let the Uma on the left go all the way up. So he's just playing super safe. And there was actually an Uma on top of Umu already. So he might have been, I don't know if you can stack the damage from them or he was trying to do that on purpose. but I think he was just waiting for the right moment where he felt safe, which makes perfect sense. Like, there's no reason to rush this fight. You have all the time in the world because Umu's attacks are not that hard to dodge, so it's always... Oh my god. Ballsy. So it's always best to just take your time and, you know, avoid the hit because the attacks are not that threatening. It's really like rushing the fight where Umu's more of a problem. Okay, this boss could be annoying. I know in my speedruns, sometimes this takes like 2 minutes to kill this boss. So I expect Remto to get through it a bit faster than that because he's obviously insanely good. Oh my god. That shade cloak saved his ass. Holy shit. Nice. Good fight. There was that one scary moment, but... Next up we have Sly. Sly can definitely be a scary boss. Kind of interested to see how he handles this. Oh, dash slash. Oh, really aggressive. Oh, cyclone slash even. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is you can tell he practiced the shit out of this fight. Like he's not in any danger at all. He knows exactly what to do at every moment. Like he knows how to punish every attack. That is really impressive. Jesus Christ. Cyclone slashing that attack. Well, interesting. That wasn't as scary as I thought, but I think it's just because he's so, like, mastered that fight that it's just not scary for him anymore. See, he's not getting too close to Hornet. Like, when he does the nail slashes, he's really far away, and he always immediately turns around. You see that? Like, he's just doing a nail slash from absolute max range and then just like retreats. I guess he's probably afraid of the parry and just like the instant attacks, because sometimes Hornet 2 does these super fast attacks and it's just like insanely tough to react. So you can see he's playing it as safe as possible, but it's still like, the thing about this run is that like he's playing safe, but he's playing as aggressively as he can still. Like, he's not just like hanging back, because I think that if you do that, it's gonna take you like 2 hours to do the run, and you're never gonna do a hitless run of this in 2 hours. Like, you'll just get hit at some point. I don't think anyone has the mental endurance to do a 2-hour Pantheon 5 hitless run. Just getting some soul before moving on, just to get that shriek off. Yeah. Bosses are going to start getting more HP at this point, so this is going to get even harder. That was a little bit scary. Good thing Crystal Guardian, Enraged Guardian. Enraged Guardian didn't jump right on top of him. Oh, just waiting for the jump. Okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. Like, once a boss chooses an attack, they're predictable, so you can just react to it. But if the boss is just standing there, sometimes it can be scary to just like move forward, and you just have like that much less time to react to whatever the boss is going to do. So it's just good cautious play, I think. Totally makes sense. if you're doing Pantheon 5 hitless or planning to do it, then this is probably something that's really good to study. Like, obviously the strats are going to be different, but just the general kind of philosophy, what the player's doing. Because this is just like insanely optimized. A little bit scary there. But like, he knows that he has Shade Cloak. So looked like he was waiting for one of the orbs to spawn there while Lostkin was staggered. This boss fight is lasting ages. Holy shit. Wow. No eyes time. This is another kind of scary part. I'm sure he's practiced this enough that he's fairly confident, but you can get trapped in some spots, especially like if you're trying to go after the boss and one of these ghost things just floats up behind you. Or if you get trapped near the boss hitbox and one of the ghost things. So far, pretty confident though, like, just hasn't really been close to taking damage, so he's playing it really cautious too, which I like. Just like, get in one nail art and one slash for each teleport. I didn't even feel confident going for it there, so just played it safe. Ooh, that was okay. See, that wasn't even a problem, but you know, ooh, god, didn't land on the platform. This is just really fun to watch. Oh, god, oh my god, oh my god, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Heart stopped. Okay. Never mind, no eyes is fucking scary. I was like, yeah, he's got this under control. Nope, no eyes is fucking terrifying. Still, like, really impressive still. And yeah, I don't expect him to have too much trouble with this boss. Again, it's like a fairly predictable boss. Yep. Easy peasy. So that is Traitor Lord. White Defender. So I can definitely foresee some issues with this boss. Especially with, you know, the dung balls. Oh yeah, you can see a descending dark right off the bat. Just because, like, oh, using Shriek to destroy the dung balls. That's really interesting. I've never seen that before. Oh, he's just gonna juggle the boss until it dies. Someone call Reddit. Absolutely God Gamer plays. But yeah, this isn't too hard to do, and it's definitely smart. Because, like, why risk it? Just juggle the boss until it dies. It's definitely easier to do. Because you can see he was definitely cautious of the dung balls because, like, they just bounce randomly. So, like, it's better to focus on them and not risk fighting the boss and the dung balls at the same time. This takes forever with the nail binding. Oh my god. This is why the run's 50 minutes long. That was like 2 minutes of juggling. Alrighty, we are getting close. Soul Tyrant now. This is a boss that can definitely be a bit tricky. The random teleporting does make it, like, a bit unpredictable, I would say. especially because there are homing projectiles. Anytime you have homing projectiles in a fight, it can be a bit scary, I think, in like a hitless context. And this attack could definitely be a bit scary. You can see he had like a very specific response to it, like standing in a specific spot, dashing at a specific time. You know, it's not like he's improvising his response there. Yeah, and just getting double hits with Shade Soul. Sometimes, you know, if you're on one side of the arena, you Shade Soul, it'll hit the boss, and then the boss teleports, and the boss gets hit again. That's just like a standard thing we've done in speedrunning for ages. But like, generally just smart thing to do. Okay, and the second phase. Yep. Oh, Shriek. That is so ballsy. What the fuck? He had to practice this a lot because, like, the reduced damage output just means that... I was going to say this phase would last a while. No. He one-cycled it. He one-cycled it. What the fuck is that? Dashing underneath Markoth to do the upslash. So Markoth always spawns in the exact same spot. So I have kind of explored some like funky... Oh, how's he dealing with the shield? It's just outranging the shield completely. That's smart. You don't want to get sniped by that shield. It's super unpredictable. But yeah, I have tried out some funky like starting gambits like that. But like, that is crazy that he would do that in a hitless run. This boss fight is going to take a while because it's like a combination of just wanting to play it as safe as possible and not even interacting with the shield attack, because why would you? Like, it's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. He does take he does telegraph that he's going to do the shield attack. So you do have a moment to get a nail art in like that, but once it starts, I think it's just, if you're doing a hitless run, you really don't want to interact with that attack at all. I think he's going to go to 2 shields now. Or not. The damage output is just really low with all bindings on. Should be pretty close though. Maybe now. This is really well controlled though, like, and the swords are going to get faster, so... Oh, using the wall. So I guess if you're on the wall, the swords will only spawn on your left side. Like, that obviously makes sense. But the scare... Oh, this is a bit scary, because the shield is going to be... Oh my god. Jesus. He was just out of range for it in that corner. That is absolutely horrifying. So yeah, like, it doesn't matter how experienced you are at a fight like this, you can always lose a run here. Oh god. And see, when you move to the wall, sometimes swords will still spawn on your right. So like, there's just so much that can go wrong here. Oh my god. And you can see there's an adaptation as he goes further into the fight. Like, earlier on, he was just trying to get nail arts in whenever he could. Now he's only going for nail arts when Markoth does the shield attack. Otherwise, he's just staying on the wall the whole time. So, really cautious. Oh, there we go. Nice. There was a close call there, but you can tell, like, he knows the range of that shield. He knew that wasn't going to hit him, although it was really, really close. This boss is also really scary, I might add, like, obviously. Oh, you can hit those for soul with all bindings, I guess. Normally one hit of those, or one hit on those, explodes them, I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I only play this game for a living. What do you expect? Ooh, okay. Yeah, I like the way he just, oh god. I like the way he doesn't take it. Oh god, this is scary. This is scary. Jesus. He's waiting for the ad. Yeah. Oh man, this boss is terrifying. But yeah, like it's better to just wait for the ads so you can kill them with spells rather than trying to fight the ads and the boss at the same time. I know I've said that like with every other boss with ads, but it's okay. That's scary. It's worth repeating. Oh, scary. I get hit by that attack so much because he starts it up and I just get hit by the sword. Like he sticks the sword out and it just pokes me. This fight is lasting so long. Oh, that was really close, wasn't it? Really nicely done, though. That was, like... Man. I guess I think it just isn't possible to do Pantheon 5 All Bindings Hitless without there being close calls. Like, there's always... Oh, just running to the other side of the arena. That's interesting. Does that, like, trigger some kind of AI, like, from the boss? Like, you can see that the boss runs at you when you're far enough away, so I wonder if that forces it to do a jump attack, maybe? If you're far enough away. Let's see. Does he do a jump? Yeah. Do a jump, rather. But... Interesting. Oh, doing a Cyclone Slash, so the boss wakes up and then you still get some hits of the Cyclone after the wake. Ooh. That was scary. I wasn't sure if that debris would hit because it was landing on his head, you know? But the Cyclone Slash seemed to hit the debris, even though it was, like, above. Cyclone Slash does a lot of damage. What the fuck? This is just patch 1.4.3.2. So, like, I remember there was a patch where nail arts were glitched, but I don't think that's this patch. Nightmare King Grim time. Just a couple more bosses. So, this is one of the bosses, like, very tough, obviously, but also pretty predictable for the most part. Like, this is, you know, a boss where if you know the boss well enough, you're going to be able to dodge pretty predictably, pretty consistently, and yeah, it's still really hard though. So like, it's still NKG. You can still easily get hit in this fight. Even that part was a little bit scary. But he's putting out really good damage, so... Already halfway through the fight. There's 4 balloon phases, so... Kind of marks the halfway point. Really nice. Really nice. I just love how much Remto's like implemented nail arts into this run. Just because of the fact that you don't have quick slash, it makes nail arts such a better option. Really nice. And yeah, like I said, you know, it's a predictable fight, so someone like Remto who's practiced this so much, can definitely get fights where there's like no close call. It's just solid the entire time. And Pure Vessel is kind of the same deal, but again, it's a really tough fight, so there might be close calls. You know, just I definitely like parrying the triple slash like that because it just reduces the chance that you'll get hit. Just a little weight. Wonder what that was. Probably nothing. Ooh, scary, because when you're in front of the boss like that and you stagger it, it drops down and its head hitbox moves forward. So that almost hit him right there. He had to shade cloak through that, or I think he would have got hit. So that was like a really cognizant shade cloak of his. That's why it's kind of scary to do that shriek, because like you don't have space to move backwards because of the swords that pop up. It's a good thing that Descending Dark did not activate that parry, because that would have been scary if it did. Oh. You can see he didn't want to jump there. I was scared. Boss should be kind of close, I think, but it's kind of hard for me to tell because I've never done all bindings. You can tell, like, the boss adds new attacks as it gets lower in health, so you could tell he was pretty close to beating it. But yeah, Absarad time. I'm pretty sure he's gotten a one-hit run to the climb phase, so, like, when you lose a run like this to the climb phase after 45 minutes, it's gotta be devastating. So his heart rate's probably like, 180 right now. Those orbs spawn really close to the ground. It's kind of awkward. Yeah, just taking it really cautious. That's kind of the strat with the orbs, is you just kind of run to the other side of each one as it spawns, just so they come and like arc into the ground. A little bit more awkward when there are spikes on the floor like that, but you can see he's just taking it slow. He doesn't try to fight the boss when she's over top of the spikes, because obviously, like, that's a risk. Here we are onto the sword rain phase. Just gonna do one up slash for each jump, which makes sense. This is really nerve-wracking. No shrieks. That makes sense because, like, you don't want to use your shriek here and then not have the soul to shriek in the next phase. At least, I mean, you have the option to shriek or dive, just depending on where the boss spawns. I was just going for nail slashes. Yeah. When you commit to casting a spell, there is the startup animation and everything. You just get locked in place, so... Oh, scary. Scary. That was scary. Jesus. And this is kind of the safe way to fight Absarad, is you don't chase after her in this phase. You just kind of wait for her to come to a convenient spot and just only approach after the attacks are done. See, like, if you try to go up to her right there and she does the sword attack, you're gonna get hit. So it's better to just play safe. Okay. That was kind of cool. Oh, orbs. Oh, okay. Good thing that orb up top hit that top platform. Otherwise, it would have circled back and hit. Okay. Should be pretty close to the climb phase, I think. Oh, that jump was scary as fuck. You should not have jumped there. But, like, at this point, your nerves are just, this guy is definitely nervous. And who could blame him? Oh god. Oh god. So you want to avoid wall jumping here, if you're playing it safe, because wall jumps lock you into a certain movement pattern, right? Like you have to push away from the wall and you can't control your movement while that's happening. But here he's just gonna use the strat of just kind of swapping between platforms to dodge the orbs, and now he's just switching to pogoing to lure the orbs off screen. Once the orbs are off screen, they disappear. So that's kind of why that strat works. And there we go. Mission accomplished. That was such a pleasure to watch. That was just really impressive. That's definitely the best challenge run ever done for the game. Like, easily. Most people take hundreds of hours to do Pantheon 5 hitless, but this is on another level. So really, really impressive. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Definitely huge shout outs to Remto for pulling this off. It's definitely been exciting hearing about his progress with this run over the months, and just amazed that he finally pulled it off. But if you want to check out his channel, he has a Bilibili channel, because he's a Chinese player, so he's not on YouTube. But I'll definitely link to that in the description. So do check his channel out. All bindings, baby. Holy fuck. And hitless. Oh, we got it. I don't know what he's saying. He sounds so fucking chill. Huge congrats to him. That's amazing. Great job.